Hello, it's me, Richard. I wanted to provide an update to my yesterday's video on XRP Ripple lawsuit with the SEC. So, so yesterday in my video, I had expressed my dismay with the SEC, Security Exchange Commission. If you're not aware, the SEC is in charge. They're charged with by Congress and in a roundabout way by the banking system to secure and to make to safeguard the public's confidence and investments in the stock market. And there's a lot of failures with the SEC, and I think largely it's mismanaged. And I touched upon Brightburn Energy, it's an oil drilling company, and how the SEC was involved with it. And there was an attorney there that had jumped ship and left the SEC and went to the opposing counsel. So there's a lot of shenanigans that occurs with the SEC. And I'm not a big fan of the SEC. I am not a big fan of the SEC, Security Exchange Commission. A lot of investors have lost money over the years, and Bernie Madoff is truly a sad situation where the SEC had prior knowledge, and they actually buried signals that they were getting from Bernie Madoff's shenanigans early on before it hit the news. So again, they are there to protect the investing public, making sure that the stocks are sound, and that the end result is to secure the vibrancy of commerce in the United States based upon stock investments and so forth. So going on with my conversation here, right after I did the video touting my displeasure with the SEC and that XRP crypto is a diamond in the rough, and I'll get to that. But I did say in my video that once Ripple comes out of this lawsuit, that I really believe XRP is going to moon. And right now we've got other cryptos that are exploding in growth. And I think Ripple will be one of those. And we're approaching Christmas, where money is going to expand. The velocity of money people are going to be spending on Christmas. So, so that being said, I do see potential that XRP will moon. It will. How high? I just don't know. So this article came out yesterday, and the judge was not happy with the presentation of the evidence provided by the SEC. And it seems like there was a lot of conflict and drama going into court. So this article here on Yahoo Finance, September 1st, 2021, titled, "Ripple Claim Another Victory in SEC Courtroom Saga." In another win for Ripple in the ongoing courtroom saga against the SEC, Judge Sarah Netburn has sided with arguments put forward by the XRP legal team and will rule decisively on deliberative process procedures on September 28th. So we got 28 more days. NetBurn decision came at the end of last night's telephone conference, which aimed to make headway and push past a squabble over Ripple's request for fair use access to internal documents from the SEC. So there's some other articles about the SEC employees that had inside information and they were profiting on this inside information. I won't touch upon that now or in this video, but I'll move on. In a personal review, Judge NetBurn will now conduct an on-camera examination of the internal documents herself without the Ripple legal team in order to ascertain whether the SEC has overstepped the mark with regard to deliberative process procedures in an effort to minimize fact discoveries. Why are these documents relevant? The documents relate to the internal discussions within the SEC about Ripple and Ethereum before the legal case against XRP began. Ripple also has called for the disclosure of SEC employees' digital assets holdings at the time of the litigative action. Ripple lawyers argue this is relevant because of comments made by a former SEC director, William Hinman, during a speech to the Yahoo Finance All Markets Summit in 2018, which seemingly saw Hinman deem Ethereum a non-security asset. The controversial public admission saw Ripple successfully defeat efforts by the SEC to prevent the so-called Hinman disposition. The speech turned out to be significant for the XRP case and has pushed the SEC onto the back foot with Hinman's revelations leading to key points for the entire case to rest on. So these are the 2 points. Whether XRP should be considered a security asset at all, if Ethereum isn't, according to Hinman, whether the SEC gave reasonable notice of its decision to classify XRP as a security asset. Page 376 of the deposition transcript reveals that while serving as SEC director, Hinman had meetings with the Ripple executives in 2020, focused on finding a way for XRP to be regulatory compliant. It was during these meetings he first suggested XRP was operating as an illegal asset. This lends to support to the Ripple's team argument that they didn't receive reasonable notice of operating an illegal asset or a need for regulatory compliance. So this is a thing in the legal area. This is very important in law. When you charge somebody with a complaint in a court system, you got to give proper notice in a timely manner. And this didn't happen where the SEC charged Ripple back in December 2020. Because prior to that, what this article is saying is that the director, Hinman, didn't provide the reasonable notice that XRP was illegal way before December 2020. And it appears that this was going on for at least a year. Despite continued efforts by the SEC to claim deliberative process procedures protections over the internal discussion documents, this is now the third time NetBurn has sought to assert Ripple's fair use right of access, with the judge appearing convinced by XRP's arguments for relevancy. Relevancy is a key term here. The Ripple team explained the documents would highlight potential decision-making failures in relation to digital assets and would ultimately establish there was no fair notice, period, provided to allow Ripple to bring XRP into compliance with security regulations. The teleconference was well attended by the crypto community in a show of support for digital asset rights and the Ripple team. Initially, discussions surrounded whether or not Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple Labs could have known that XRP was a security asset in 2013 based upon reasonable sense. But Judge Netburn asserted that it would seem the CEO didn't until the lawsuit in 2020. Ripple attorney Matt Solomon then began his arguments against the excessive use of DPP by the SEC to stop review of internal documents. So what's happening here is that the SEC is preventing documents which can be used by XRP in the court process, and that's illegal. Because usually when you go through a court process with a lawsuit, there's a term called discovery. And discovery is very important in a criminal or a private lawsuit, where through discovery, both opposing attorneys, defendant and plaintiff, they have the right to see the other side's evidence prior to litigating the case. And what the SEC is doing is contrary to what is normally established in the rule of law. So again, I see failures here with the SEC. Okay, so the SEC attorney George Tenrero responded with a firebrand cast back to Garlinghouse, asserting that the CEO could answer yes or no, but this was quickly shot down by an unamused Netburn on the basis of subjectivity. Tenrero then charged that opening the door to internal documents pertaining to the SEC discussion of digital assets would be very damaging, leading to the judge asking what damage the SEC thought it might do. As the SEC attorney descended into deep legalese, a clearly irritated Netburn responded with her decision to conduct a personal on-camera review of documents to ascertain whether the DPP argument held up in the face of documents deeply relevant to the case. And again, you can't hide evidence when you have the initial court process through discovery. Okay, Judge Netburn then ended the call. Ripple Labs CEO Garlinghouse took to Twitter to discuss how the case had extended from being about XRP security classification to a bigger case about digital asset law and fair use. So Mr. Clearinghouse says here on Twitter, this has been clear from the start. The SEC lawsuit isn't just about Ripple, it's about what? Impossible standards of fair notice and due process through regulation by enforcement can do to the crypto innovation. Anyone could be next without warning. So what he's saying here is that it's got to be fair across the board. And the SEC is targeted XRP. Why hasn't SEC targeted all of the cryptos out there? Whether it's in the United States, I mean, it has to be based in the United States because it can't go beyond jurisdiction outside of the United States. So why hasn't it been fairly applied? So that's what he's saying here. And then also you have to give proper notice because they just slammed the lawsuit in December 2020, but yet, the former director of SEC, Hinman, had didn't give proper notice when they had knowledge and intent to file the case a year before. Many in the crypto community took to the platform to tweet support for the XRP team. Okay, now all this noise from the public, the crypto pros and cons, it's not going to affect the cases. I've seen this happen with Brightburn Energy. There was a ton of support to get Brightburn out of the bankruptcy, and which was basically the stock investors. And so, there was a lot of noise, but the judge ignored all of that. So basically, the judge has to stay focused on the rule of law and being a referee. That's basically what the judges are, a referee, and then coming to their decision whether they're for or against the lawsuit. So anyways, I wanted to go on to, I'll post this article in my description tab. You can read more of this, but I wanted to give you my analysis of what I see with Ripple here. And, here's XRP. I wanted to share with you about the macro and the micro levels. And that's what I keep saying in all my videos. You've got to look at it. You got to think outside of the box when you invest. And there's so many variables with stocks, but but it's more limited on the crypto world. And then you got to think out of the box, knowing that there's a lot going on, especially within the last year or so, that there's a lot of development going on with cryptos on the blockchain and so forth. And so you don't see that properly touted in the news feed on your internet. So XRP has been around 10 years. They on my video yesterday, go ahead and check it out. The CEO of XRP had mentioned that they're very big in overseas markets, India, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and they were asked whether they were going to establish overseas. He mentioned that he did not know, and but you cannot ignore the United States. Ripple will have to stay in the United States, focus on this lawsuit, winning it, and then I do see that this will take off. It's trading right now around $1.24, and they've got a solid blockchain. And let me go over the 1-year graph, and I'm going to show you my observations. So if you go to the 1-year graph, and again, you got to look at a macro and the micro level, and I'll get to that right now. So when XRP came out, let's see. I want to do it all. Okay, here we go. I did it from the beginning of time. So if you go back to 2014, XRP was 0.008. And, I didn't know anything about cryptos at that time. I wish I did. We're still at the birth of this investment, and it's the same thing like the internet birth in the 90s, 2000s. If you got into AOL stock, imagine Amazon. Who knew Amazon? If you bought Amazon back then, I remember just several years, Netflix was $11 maybe 5 years ago. Now it's over $400. I had Facebook when it was being charged by Congress through this Congress hearings. It was at $25 a share, I think, $40, and now it's over $400. Facebook, I think I had 40 shares, so I'd be sitting on like $10,000-$20,000, and it was only like $2,000 initial investment. So, anyways, you got to think out of the box, have research, educate yourself, finances, try to study stocks, because I think if you study stocks, you can apply that to cryptocurrency to some extent, because when you study stocks, it's more in depth with financials and so forth, but it gives you some training methods there. So going back to 2017, then XRP starts to hit 3 cents. It's going up to 9 cents, 19 cents. Then right around here, it hits $3.19 per unit. And look at the volume, 24-hour volume. It was $8 billion. $8 billion. That's the macro level at $3 a pop. Okay, then that's in 2018. Then it tanks. Okay, this is tanking. Okay, it drops significantly. So then 2-3 years go on, we had shifts in paradigm in the world. We had people staying home. People are learning about cryptos on the internet. And then we had several stimulus deals. People are flush with money. They're putting into cryptos. And then now Wall Street is getting into the game because they're seeing faster gains than they can see in stocks. So we're seeing a shift there. Then in April 14, 2021, it's at $1.76 and the trading volume is at 15 billion. So remember, macro level, it's 3 billion. And then 2 years later, 3 years later, it's at 13 billion. So it almost doubled. And then the lawsuit hits December 2020. And it's at $1.18 just a couple of days ago, and the trading volume is about 5.9 billion. So we went from 3 billion, and it had the potential. It went up to 8 billion, and now it's about, I think about. Well, we can go over here. And so what's going to happen? I mean, once they get out of the lawsuit, here, okay, that's the trading volume. Okay, this is what I wanted to get at, and this is what I was hoping I would get from the graph. $57 billion global market cap. 57 billion. So it's inching up. It was $1.20 this afternoon. So I'm all hyped up about this, and I'm going to invest in this. The more you, so I really wish it was a lot cheaper than this because I don't have money, but whatever I can put into it, the more the better. And I buy and hold. I'm not day trading. I don't believe in day trading. That's what I did with Facebook, and I lost out. So, so at any rate, I'm going to hold, and I've really see the crypto world really taking off. So look at the global market cap for crypto. It's at 2.21. So when we looked at this just yesterday, I think it was like 2.19. I mean, I think like it's a 5% increase over the last day. That's huge. I mean, that's billions of dollars going into it. And then I want to talk about Tron. Tron is doing good. I'm all for it. It's approaching 10 cents, and I bought it at 3 cents. So you can see here, it's inching, it's climbing. I do see this going to $1. I also do see Dogecoin going to $1. So, but you're looking for penny stocks as a comparison to this crypto world. So you look for 2 cents, 5 cents, and sit and hold, and just wait for it to go to $1 or even more. So anyways, guys, please, I'm going to wrap this up. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share my videos, my channel. I need your support, and have a great evening.